Let's read this problem. A woman walking with a constant velocity of 12 meters per second passes under a lantern hanging at a height of 6 meters above the ground. Find the velocity with which the edge of the shadow of the woman's head moves over the ground if her height is 1.5 meters. Now think about it. If I am standing here and there is a lantern or a lamp right above my head, then my shadow, or which will be shadow of my entire body, but let's say my shadow of my head would be right under my feet, right? But if I start walking away from the lantern, you will see, I will see my shadow of my head moving ahead. So it won't be under me, but it will be moving ahead, right? And so with what velocity the shadow is moving, that's what is asked, right? So let's make a simple sketch. Let's say that our lantern is hanging here, and let's say this is the ground and the person. So when this lady is standing right under the lantern, her shadow is here. Okay, let's say she walks certain distance. When she walks, let's say she is here, right? Then if you draw a ray from here, right? So then the shadow would be here. Okay, so initially this is, so let's say this is the person, the lady here, her shadow would be here. As she moves ahead, says she walks for certain time t, she's here, then her shadow is here. So shadow has traveled from here to here, okay, in time t, whereas the woman has traveled from here to here in time t. So let me say that this point is A, this is B, this is C, okay, and let me say this is, say, P, and I'll okay. So this is let's say she has walked for a time of t. Her speed, her velocity is 12 meters per second, right? So that means the distance she has traveled in time t is this, and which is 12 into t. This is the distance. Let's say that the shadow has velocity v, okay, and since the time of travel is same, that is t, then the shadow has traveled within the same time this distance, okay. Let me say this distance, v into t, and this is up to this, okay, v into t. So this is the distance traveled by the shadow, this is the distance traveled by the woman. Now see, if you see this triangle, this is PAC is one triangle, and let me mark a point Q here, right? So you can see this is a person, right? This is a lady with height 1.5. So this is what is the height? The height is 1.5 meters, right? This height is 6 meters because lantern is 6 meters above the ground. This is 1.5. So what you see here is are two similar triangles. One is APC, another is BQC, right? They are similar because these sides are common, this is common, and this angle is common, right? Angles QCB is common. So you have similar triangle. So you can use the properties of similar triangle and you can write the ratios. For example, you can say, let's say that we can say that 12t, right? We can say that, sorry, Vt, this is Vt upon, or let's say this is Vt, this is 12t. So this side is this, with this length is Vt minus 12t, okay. So BC is Vt minus 12t. So I can say Vt minus 12t upon this is, I'm sorry here, I think this is not, so sorry for this. So Vt minus 12t, okay, Vt minus 12t upon this total, that is Vt, right? Vt minus 12t upon Vt, this will be equal to 1.5 height, 1.5 upon 6. 1.5 upon 6. So if you solve this, then you will get V. Now the question is the velocity of the shadow. Is it a constant thing, right? Because the woman is moving with constant velocity. Is the shadow also moving with constant velocity? That will be, that you can see if you get the value of velocity as a constant and not as a function of t. And you can see here that t is going to get cancelled, right? If you just cancel out, that means the value of v is a constant. So the shadow is also moving with a constant velocity. So we can just strike out this and we will have, you can take this, so here 6v minus 72 and this is 1.5v, right? So you can just say that it is 6 minus 1.5v is equal to 72, right? And which gives you v is equal to, we can write, so which gives you v is equal to 72 upon 4.5, right? This is your answer. You can solve this and this is your answer. So what you can see is v is constant. That means the velocity of the shadow is also constant. Thank you.